You can support this show at patreon.com/ASAPodcasting. Hello, welcome back. Skyrim Addict Podcast 204. Sorry, I got a little delay on my GarageBand. It's throwing me off. I'm Michael. I'm with Victor.
Hello, hello.
And Juan.
Howdy.
And Ray.
Hello, hello.
And we are heading back to Oblivion, to the Dark Brotherhood. So that should be interesting. And jumping off of what we did last time with Wabbajack, Victor, you used Wabbajack, the mod mod list curator almost, or installer,
yes,
essentially?
That's what it is. It's both, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and to a couple of points we were talking about last time between Wabbajack and Collections on Nexus. Collections isn't ready yet. I mean, it's still in beta.
Okay.
And invite
It
only
actually
beta.
shows up as alpha for me.
Alpha,
Oh,
okay. I was just riffing on that, but yeah, it's not. And as far as I can tell, with some research on Collections, it looks fun and good, and it will get mods from outside Nexus and so on. But I'm not sure it's quite as powerful as Wabbajack. Well, I guess we'll find out in its full version. Wabbajack will create BSAs. It'll merge mods. It does all kinds of stuff like that, and we'll see. We'll see if the Nexus version ends up doing that kind of stuff too. Anyway, so I did. There's 2 Wabbajack mod lists available for Oblivion, and one of them is. I'm just popping it up right now. One of them is called Heartland, and that's the one I end up using. Mm-hmm. The other one is it's called Through the Valleys. It says lightweight mod list that brings the spirit of Vanilla Plus all the way to the lands of Cyrodiil. And then Heartland provides a stable and comprehensive graphics overhaul for Oblivion, a fork of Bevelex's fantastic manual guide, which I remember from a while back. The results bring Oblivion close to modern visuals, et cetera, et cetera. So essentially, Heartland doesn't do anything with, as far as I can tell, with added, like if you were adding Enei Rim to Skyrim or stuff like that. It doesn't change any of the vanilla stuff, which I didn't want for my really my first ever kind of extensive playthrough of Oblivion. So, but it does make it look pretty freaking gorgeous, and it actually makes the characters tolerable to look at for me. So
they don't look like potatoes, is what you're saying?
No, they don't look like potatoes. They actually look pretty good. But I could not for the life of me get screenshots to work. And F12 doesn't work. And I tried print screen, but because and remembering this is running through Mod Organizer, so certain things are controlled. I could not get print screen to work because Oblivion. First of all, I have 2 monitors, and Oblivion is running in full screen mode on one monitor. Mm-hmm. So if I tab away, and I'm on the other monitor, I can get print screen to work. But when you tab away, the tab pauses the Oblivion screen and obliterates everything that you want to take a picture of. So, Ray, do you have any advice? What I ended up doing was taking pictures with my phone. I'll post them to the Discord in a second, but
you might try. I use a program called ShareX.
Oh, okay.
And you can customize the trigger.
Oh, cool.
And
okay.
It does a screenshot. So you might be able to get that to do it.
So ShareX. All right.
Yeah.
So as SHARE and then letter X kind
Correct.
of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I did take a couple of horrible, I'm just texting myself that right now, ShareX. so I'll post them to the Discord in a second. So should I post them to the Skyrim Oblivion thread or somewhere else?
Oh, yeah, probably there. We're not. Oh, wait, I didn't put any audio in Discord, so yeah, probably there.
Okay, all right. I'll post them in a second. It really does look nice. There's some real nice lighting. There's an ENB included in the mod list. There are. I can read down some of them here. It's a lot of OBSE stuff. So when it installs pretty easily. I had to fuss with a couple of things. There was one file that made the install fail, which is pretty easy with Wabbajack. If it fails, you find the file, you load it into your downloads folder, and go back to Wabbajack and restart it, and it says, "Oh, it's there, great." It's going. It's really quite versatile that way. There's let's see. So some of you might recognize some of these. There's Oblivion upscaled textures, a whole mess of those. Shivering Isles upscaled textures, and then improved various things, grasses, trees, landscapes. Improved is the mod name. Harvest Flora, and then the Oblivion 2020 retexture project. There's a whole mess of those. Some new textures for ruins. Whether there's the mod author or the mod list author offered a couple of different options. There's a weather NAO, the natural and atmospheric Oblivion, which is I think a backwards outgrowth of natural and atmospheric Tamriel, which is available for Skyrim, which I have used. It is quite pretty. It's very saturated look. So if you don't like that, you might like this. Some rain textures, and then the Oblivion character overhaul. Yay! And a bunch of other stuff. The blockhead mod, which is just head meshes, I think, had a little trouble with that. That's an OBSE thing, so you have to be. And then I'm just scrolling down through a whole mess of little minor retextures. And then there's two options for the UI. There's the Northern UI and the Darnified UI. I had trouble getting the Northern UI to work right. I think I know why, but I ended up just switching over to Darnified, which is nice. It's got a sort of a what's the word? Looks like a scroll. There's something morphic, skeuomorphic.
Oh, okay.
A sort of a skeuomorphic look. And then a bunch of little tweaks that I'm sure people who play Oblivion a lot would appreciate, but I have no idea what they are. And a few other things. Let's see. And then, so when you're done with installing it, if you read through, and there's a very good guide that the mod list author, provides. You have to run the 4 gig memory patch depending on your system. That's easy enough to do. Good instructions on doing that. You have to run Rybash. That's all included in Mod Organizer's drop-down lists, and you run Rybash and follow his instructions. All of it works great. The only thing I screwed up with was that on all of in Mod Organizer, and I'm not sure how it works in Vortex, probably similarly, when you're running SKSE for Skyrim, you have to launch using SKSE. And otherwise, none of SKSE works. Well, with OBSE, it's a little different. And there's an OBSE selection on the launch drop down in Mod Organizer. So I was just doing that because I figured that's the way, and nothing was working right. And so finally went back to the Oblivion launch and ran it that way, and everything began to work just fine. So and that's the end of it. I mean, it looks great, seems to be working pretty seamlessly, and so overall I'm really pleased with the look of it. There's some new audio too, if I remember correctly, from and I'm just sending a couple of pics up right now. Apologies, they are shots from my phone, and I hadn't blacked out the windows yet, and so that's all I could get for screenshots. But I did do some video the other day, and I'll figure out.
Mine has great lens flare.
Yeah, I agree. Really nice.
Lens flare.
Actually, it does have really good lens flare, but not. But you're also seeing, of course, the other kind of but it's very pretty, and I'll try ShareX and see if I can get some better screenshots. So,
yeah, it does look nice.
Yeah, so that's early morning at that little farm just before Wayne and Priory.
Oh yeah,
and I've already been past that, done the Priory thing, got my papers to go to Kvatch, and
did you avoid Kvatch after?
Yes, I did. I have not actually gone there. I just sort of took a left turn into the woods and got mauled by something or other.
Probably. Mountain lion, troll, bear. Yeah, the mountain lions will get you quick though. They're fast.
Yeah, no, I haven't come across one of them yet. I do. It seems when I went through the tutorial dungeon, the whole standard opening sequence. I got a lot more stuff than I remember getting from the last couple of times I've gone through. At least that I have played through that a couple of times in Oblivion and done a few other things, including a steel sword, which is actually pretty nice, and a few other things. Maybe there's some loot drop mods here that I don't know about. And I got a couple of decent looking spells and stuff like that, some claws, and a couple other things.
Yeah, I think I got a bow and arrow and a stick.
Yeah, that's what I remember. It was very
basic.
Minimal. And got some decent leather armor from some corpse somewhere. Didn't smell too bad, so and a shield. So I'm actually just going with sword and shield right now, but I'm finding that that's not quite as versatile and nice as as Skyrim is, even though Skyrim is way outdated now too. The shield bash doesn't work quite as well in Oblivion. Any advice on that? Low, you experienced Oblivion players.
I tend to use much more magic in Oblivion than I do in Skyrim, honestly. And I still use a bow, although it's not as effective in Oblivion.
Yeah, I played around with the bow a little bit. And that was okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I tend to go much more magic heavy.
Well, it's nice to have that spell always ready to go. As opposed to having to just set it up on it's either a weapon or a spell.
Yeah, and then I have pretty much that wheel set up with everything I need to.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, I'm getting used to all of that right now too. The Darnified. I don't remember how different the Darnified UI is to the vanilla Oblivion menuing, but yeah, there's some differences I had to figure out.
Oh wow, that picture of the farm considering that's Oblivion, that looks incredible.
Yeah, I think the whole idea by this mod list author was to bring it as close as possible to modern, or to Skyrim anyway. Modded Skyrim looking graphics.
Yep.
It's mostly, I think, the lighting. There's some nice textures, but the engine can't handle some of it. And that's running that. The monitor is a 4K, but I have it running at 1440. So not that would really matter a whole lot.
I don't think I've used Sword and Shield much in Oblivion. Maybe in the past I probably have. I'm trying to think. Not the last couple characters though, for sure. This one's pretty much only done the Thieves and Dark Brotherhood, so I haven't really I've been mostly sneaking and stuff anyway. And I like to conjure things because I run away a lot. And I like to leave a scamp behind me as I'm running. Okay. It kind of distracts the thing chasing you.
Yeah, I had forgotten also about the thing, the skills and stuff like that. So, and basically So you have to pick a sign and sort of a class, I guess you could call it. And I forget exactly what I picked. It's a dark elf, and I think I picked a class sort of roguelike, so he's got acrobatics and a few other things.
Okay, yeah.
Go back and look.
Next time. Have you picked up any lock picking spells?
No, and I've had luck on the easy locks.
Yeah,
they're pretty easy to do as long as you're. But I didn't want to waste a lot of lock picks on complex locks.
Yeah, because you'll blow through them really quickly. That's for sure.
Yeah. I don't have the foo like you do, so.
I think it must be way easier on controller, is what it is.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
No, never mind.
I used to think that in Skyrim too, because you had the analog sticks and you could just and it is a little bit easier because you can sort of finesse the pick a little better than you can with a keyboard. But
no, just have hundreds of lockpicks.
Sounds like a good idea.
When I drop below 200, I start looking for the sleepy guy.
Well, I traveled up to Bruma because I wanted to go there and hang out a little bit, and I picked up a few quests there. Don't ask me what they were; I don't remember any of them. And then I ended up. Right now, I'm back in the Imperial City, trying to figure out how to just sort of navigate around to all the vendors there. I think I'm back there because one of the quests was to go there and get something for somebody. I can't remember. Seemed simple enough. Explain to me, and I won't drag this on too much, this beginner stuff, because everybody wants to hear about the Dark Brotherhood, but explain the bribe persuasion system to me, please.
Oh, the wheel.
Because I just wasted a ton of money, but because I probably don't have high enough charisma or whatever.
Oh, the pizza.
Yeah, you want to do the persuasion wheel first, all the way up, and then bribe afterwards.
Okay.
Because the bribe will push you up above what you can do persuasion-wise, essentially.
Okay.
It'll give you a little boost above what you can do in the persuasion wheel.
So you pick the one that makes the character smile, not sneer? Or?
Yeah, there's 2 sneers and 2 smiles. One, a lesser sneer and a higher sneer, and a lesser smile and a higher smile, of course. And basically,
and you could.
Yeah, go ahead, Juan.
I was going to say, so there's two negatives and 2 positives, and basically, usually what I do is I take the smallest little effect, and then I'll go all the way around, and I see, and because they'll give you negative responses and positive responses as well. So you listen to their response. If they laugh, then the joke they like jokes. If they say you're disgusting or whatever, then they don't like jokes. And that way you know which ones, and then you can select then you have to kind of figure out how to get the least amount of negative reaction from the 2 negatives and the most positive out of the 2 positives.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you focus on getting the empty triangle, basically, the no effect triangle on the negative ones, then whatever happens on the positives is the positives. You know what I mean? Because you've limited any damage possible or any hurt to the persuasion, and
the negative is the most important one to focus on.
The negative is what you want to focus on. You want the empty triangle essentially on the negative each time. Yeah. So whenever it gets around to that. Sometimes
so what you're saying is accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. Is what you're saying.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or we could call the whole thing off.
And then the bottom line is, don't even sweat it too much.
Get a spell.
Do what you can, and then just start hitting bribe.
Yes,
that is also a good way to do it. Because
and then also another thing you can do is basically just sit there and just let it spin and hit the button.
Oh yeah,
because it'll just go up and down, but it'll increase your speech really quickly.
Got it. All right.
And then another thing to do also is, like, if you approach people with your weapon drawn, it actually makes them hate you more, and you can build up a lot more speech when you get them up.
Because you'll be starting at a lower point, and
yeah.
Because eventually, I think the first step will actually allow you to skip forward the wheel in one direction. And then I can't remember what the second one does, but it's another thing that helps you. And then as you go on, so like at 25, it gives you, lets you skip forward. At 50, it does another effect. 75 and 100, same thing with everything else.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
all the effects are like at 25 in this, right?
Yeah.
On a 25-point basis or something. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I found it useful to work on joining the Mages Guild because you get, two very helpful spells. One boosts your influence over people, and the second one lets you automatically open easy locks. Easy and very easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one up in Bruma.
Okay.
I don't remember where it was. I just went through all of the different cities.
Well, you do the one up in Bruma where the Khajiit is invisible.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll give,
Where that whole thing's going bad up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good like starting things for it for sure. Also, the merchants don't run out of money. They just have a limit on what they can pay for each item.
Yeah.
So you can actually build up wealth pretty quickly, which if you're going to bribe a lot is probably worthwhile. Yeah, it comes in handy. Yeah. So like if and you can haggle, of course, but like the higher level the merchant is, the less you're going to be able to haggle it anyway. You just kind of adjust it little by little and see what they.
So it's actually handy to have a whole bunch of like iron arrows, and what you do is you sell them one arrow at a time and adjust your barter, your haggle, and then so once they sit there and they say, "Oh, you must be joking! I can't pay that," then you just go back one step, and then
that's their limit. Yeah.
Yep, and you'll sell them the arrows, and then you sell all your other stuff.
Okay.
So that's the best way to maximize.
That's pretty cool, actually. I like that.
Yeah. And I start halfway and then work from there.
And see where it goes. Yeah, if it's lesser or greater from there. Yeah. Because some of them you can go up to like 60% or whatever pretty easily.
Right.
And in others, it's like you're lucky if you get out of the 40s.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm never getting anything good here. And the stump is a great place to store stuff.
Which stump?
It's in the Imperial City Market.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a little stump. It's hollowed out stump. It's safe storage.
Cool.
Cool.
When you go in the main gate, go to the first, circle road, make a right, in the first alleyway on the left.
Yeah.
There's the stump.
It's right next to the discount spell shop, right? Is that what it is? Edgar's Discount Spells or something?
Yeah, or right across the street from it. I don't remember which.
Yeah, it's
I think it's across the street from it.
something like that. Yeah, it's right by the discount spell shop. Yeah.
Yep.
Like if you don't have a house, it's good storage. It's safe, so it doesn't.
Yeah, I got all it's the Game of the Year Plus or whatever edition. So I think I have some houses. I saw some things pop up at the beginning when
Battlethorn Castle and stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't know where they're on the. I guess they're on the map somewhere, but I believe those are.
They're player homes. Yeah.
Gimme houses. Yeah, I don't have to buy them or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the fighter style home is just west of Skingrad. Is it Skingrad or what's that one up north?
Skingrad's to the east, right? East of Kavash.
Yeah. Okay, so it's basically directly above that.
Yeah.
What city is it? I'll remember one of these days.
Bruma's north, right?
Yeah, Bruma's the far north, so it's in between. It's down lower than that.
Coral,
that's what it is. Yeah,
whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
and Coral. It's just west of Coral, just down the road from there.
Yeah, I actually recognize Bruma from the Skyrim Bruma.
Yeah,
it's very, very much the same.
Yep.
So they did a nice job there.
Yep.
Yeah, you go to Bruma a lot when you go to Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
I feel like you're
Not bad.
visiting Bruma every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Especially since that's the only fence I could ever
Find.
remember.
Yeah, that's the only one I remember too. Yeah, I'm like, oh, that guy, I remember him. I'll go find him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's easy to remember. That's why.
Yeah,
And he's always at the bar, half awake.
right.
Yeah. Well, the one in Coral, I think, is hangs out over by the gate.
Yeah, I think so.
By the north gate.
Yeah. Which is why I usually go to the Bruma, because he's always like in the same place pretty much, unless he goes to his house or whatever for a bit.
Yeah.
So he's pretty easy to find up there.
Yeah, I go wait in his house.
Just
It's
wait.
easy to find because it's right by the
Right.
church.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he's-
that's right.
He's either drinking or sleeping, right?
Pretty much. That's all he does. Yeah.
Right. And then the one nice thing about if you get the fighters home is after you make it, kind of claim it as your own, it gives you directions to go to the city, and there's a merchant in the merchant's inn, and he has a 2,000 gold limit.
Oh,
So
that's pretty high.
if you're selling some high end stuff, that's the guy to go to.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to explore. For a while anyway. The main thing I need to do, of course, is to figure out, or for somebody to tell me how to trigger the whole Dark Brotherhood, so I can follow. So I can do something.
I had to do that myself because somehow at level 19 I had not triggered it yet. On the obviously I've played it a million times, so I know what you just have to act. You have to murder somebody that counts as a murder.
Okay.
So there is actually a list of targets on the UESP that you can use. So
Okay.
I went through that list because that'll be good, because there are ones that won't have bounties occur if you kill them. They have a list of those.
Okay.
So I did look through it, but then I also found out by reading UESP that if you try and murder them with a weapon that has an enchantment or poison on it, and the enchantment or poison kills them and not the weapon, it does not count as a murder. I guess it's just an accident at that point that you stabbed them and then they died from the enchantment and poison. So I guess Sithis doesn't recognize that or whatever. So there's caveats to all this, but so I mean, you could also just like I did, run around the exterior of the Imperial city. There's that road that rims around the lake there in the center, and wait till a guard comes by and just kill them.
Oh, okay. All right. Is there a recommended level for starting the Dark Brotherhood?
I'm not sure. I think you can start it pretty low because it's not. I mean,
Yeah, I think you can start pretty low. It's just the lower you are, the tougher it is, just because it makes it so much more difficult to sneak around.
Yes.
You have to have a pretty good sneak, and if you can get some invisibility potions, or actually
chameleon armor,
chameleon armor, or chameleon potions, because invisibility, as soon as you draw your weapon or open a door or get a spell ready, you're not invisible anymore.
Yeah. Whereas chameleon is on all the time, and is basically almost as good as invisibility or better in Oblivion somehow. Yeah, it's kind of OP actually. Chameleon armor, I would say.
Yeah. Once you get it above like 60%, I think.
Oh yeah, then you're like basically invisible. Yeah.
Cool.
I think I'm at like 15% chameleon, and like barely anybody sees me.
Right.
So when you start getting like higher up, you can pretty much run through anywhere. So after you get the message that what is it? Oh God, why do I always forget what it says?
Somebody noticed.
Oh yes,
somebody noticed.
Yeah, somebody's noticed it. Yeah, and then you go to sleep because you have to sleep to level up anyway. You'll wake up and somebody will be there guiding you into the Dark Brotherhood.
Okay,
it's kind of weird. It's creepy. It actually fits the Dark Brotherhood pretty well.
Yeah. That's why I picked a Dark Elf. I figured it'd be more.
Yeah. It fits the whole vibe of the Dark Brother. You kind of just wake up and the guy's just there, and you're like, huh. Interesting. I guess it's kind of like waking up in an abandoned shack, essentially. But yes, similar vibe. Yeah.
It's not quite the same because I slept in the bunk, in the dormitory of the Mages Guild
And
in one of the towns. And he shows up, and there's like 6 mages standing around in the room with him.
Very stealthy, and everybody's well aware of the Dark Brotherhood and Oblivion. There's it's all out in the open here.
Well, so they're just all pretending not to notice.
Yeah, it's like, I don't see him over there. Yeah.
I think they'd rather not notice.
Yeah, it's like,
exactly. Yeah.
I don't see that guy in the black robe with the hood on. No idea what's happening right now.
So if I keep trying to kill somebody and instead get murdered myself, and I do it too many times, does the Dark Brotherhood show up and say, "We've noticed that you really suck at this, and we really don't want you to join"?
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're not allowed in. We cannot have this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, there's plenty of good targets. As always, the guards. Sometimes you'll end up killing an adventurer or something like that. That's also a part of it. And there's some random ones around.
Yeah, I was doing a Mages Guild quest, and so I had to find these guys that were doing something bad and take them out. And so I killed one of them and got the message.
Huh.
I'm like, oh crap. I didn't think it, counted if you were killing somebody bad.
I've used so much because with this character, I've used a ton of poison that I think that's how I ended up not having it kick off until I actively went to go kick it off.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did a bunch of those mages quests. I guess that was the one you were talking about, the one with the staff.
I don't remember. You were out in the middle of this field.
Yeah, you come out of the cave and they're all there. There's like a bunch of them. Yeah, I mean, I went through all that and didn't pick it up. But I was shooting everybody.
So it must have been the poison. Yeah,
arrows with poison and some enchantment on the bow. So I guess that's what it was. So
I won because I wasn't as fancy.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of alchemy in the beginning with the character, so it was like it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, although I noticed that you get a mortar and pestle, so you can sort of do it anywhere, which is nice. So I'm going to start trying a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going
to you get all 4 of them.
Yep.
Mortar, pestle, calcinator, alembic.
Oh, nice. Okay.
The other one. I just found a master alembic.
Ooh. Yeah, the higher level ones are harder to find for sure.
Yeah, the master ones I think you find in like dungeons and delves or adventuring, because I think you can buy all the way up to expert, but you can actually still find expert stuff all around as well too.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna hop off so I don't learn too much.
Yes, so you don't get spoiled.
Pre-learn too much about the Dark Brotherhood. Yeah,
definitely.
So, and then I'll try to play through. And we're going to do another one in a couple weeks.
Yep. Yeah, we can do it. Okay. Probably a couple more quests. The first ones were
do it monthly, right?
Yeah. If we do it like once a month,
it's no big rush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks for letting me blather about Wabajack again, and I'll see you later. I'll listen to the podcast in a week or so after I've done some of these quests.
And after the last show, I did throw on a collection in Vortex.
Oh, did you?
Cool.
And it was pretty slick.
Nice.
Also, I tried the mod you had talked about, the alternate perspective, and that was very cool. Yeah. I did run into one little bug with it, but they had a quick fix that worked, super easy.
What was the bug?
Just so I came out into the inn and I talked to the lady they said to talk to about renting a room.
Right.
I rented the room, and then went to go in to the bed and sleep, and it said it was owned.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, okay, well, maybe this is the wrong bed. So I went to the other bed. Nope, that one's owned. But evidently it is something that does happen from time to time. And there was a quick little console command to set the stage.
Yeah. I think I mentioned last time also that the mod is sensitive to the havoc problem with the carts. If you, I saved on the porch as they were coming around the corner. And then when I reloaded it, they came tumbling down all over the place.
It's pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
To watch the cart scene,
isn't it?
From the porch of the inn.
It is very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I thought. Well, I won't spoil anything. I encourage everybody just to try it because it really is a very, very nifty and with all the same dialogue going on around you, and you're standing next to the I forget little kid's name, one of them. It really is cool. So,
and then I did another start where I didn't, do that part of it. Okay. And Helgen is just another town with vendors and blacksmith and all that kind of stuff that you can go visit whenever you want to.
Yeah, I think you can kick it off by, I forget how. The mod tells you how you can kick off the dragon part of the thing anytime you want, and then the dragon will attack Helgen and everything will progress from there. But yeah, it's really, really well done.
Yeah, nice little mod.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about it. The whole thing, these collections or any of them, it's a chance to try stable collections that people have curated for you. You don't have to worry about crashes, hopefully everything, and just try stuff.
Well, and so the collection that I downloaded had kind of a weird alternate start. I don't remember the name of it, but it wasn't Live Another Life. It was something else, and it was a really dumb start.
Really?
So I exited out of that save, disabled that mod, and downloaded the alternate perspective.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. The only other one I know besides Live Another Life and the alternate perspective is Unbound, which
definitely wasn't Unbound. That's a good mod too.
That is a good one. Yeah. So, all right, gentlemen, great to talk. I will see you later.
Awesome. See you next time. So, who else? Oh, you had kicked it off a while ago, right?
Yeah. I mean, I hadn't even started the Thieves Guild yet.
Oh, geez.
It happened when I was kind of getting used to the game and figuring it out. I was doing the Mages Guilds, just as something to do that wasn't the main quest line, and so. It just happened that I killed this guy. I got the message, and then I think it was probably about the time that we had talked about how I needed to sleep to level up, and so I went in and slept at the Mages Guild, and this guy showed up and gave me the Blade of Woe.
Yeah, it's pretty funny that he showed up in the Mages Guild. It is very strange because he'll literally show up anywhere. I think I was at where did I go to sleep? Oh, Ayleswell. I went to the inn at Ayleswell, the Invisible People city on the other side of town or whatever it is.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh yeah, it's on the other side of the lake, like west of the Imperial city. It's just a little town up on the hill. So I slept there because I have a free room at the inn there because I helped their town. So
nice.
So how do you know they're not watching you sleep? They're invisible.
Well, they're not invisible anymore. I helped them.
Oh, okay.
That's part of helping them.
Okay. Yeah. Because that'd be kind of creepy.
That would be weird if they stayed. That would be pretty funny if they stayed invisible, actually. Yeah, so that's where I had them go off. What'd you do this time, Juan?
Honestly, I don't remember.
It was just one of those ones where it was just
some random
exactly.
Because I don't even remember seeing the message. It's just all of a sudden went to sleep and I woke up and there he is. I'm like, oh, hi.
Yeah. It was weird that I didn't have it kicked off. I mean, because usually you just accidentally do it along the way. Honestly,
no, for sure.
The fact that I was so high level and it didn't go off was very strange. But so then, of course, you meet Lucian LeChance, and he tells you go to the Dark Brotherhood was in Chaden Hall, right? In the abandoned house.
Right. Well, the first thing he has to do is kill the guy at the.
That's right. That's before. Yeah.
Yeah. He shows up and he says, "Well, we've noticed that we want to see if you're our type of people," and then he has us kill the
Rufio.
I forget his name at the
Rufio
at the Inn of Ill Omen.
Yep.
So
yeah, I killed poor Rufio with the Grey Cowl on, as I plan on killing everybody with the Grey Cowl on, just to keep that theme going. Figure I am the Grey Fox, so
you can change the rules if you want.
Yeah, exactly. Rufio pretty much dies as soon as you hit him. There's no battle with Rufio.
Yeah.
Well, the best part about doing him is you have to kill him and then go to sleep. So I killed him, then rented a room upstairs and went to sleep and had him.
Oh, I just slept in Rufio's
Did you
bed.
sleep in his bed? Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice big bed. It was already made up.
And he's just laying there. I mean, I think he was in the bed when I killed him, so I was I went upstairs and went in the other bed. So,
and you know how to pick up stuff and move it, right?
Oh yeah, yep. I was like, well, I guess I should leave the room because I did kill the person in the room,
right?
Technically, so I might as well go upstairs at least and pay 10 gold for the room or whatever it is at the end of Ill Omen. But yeah, then and also you get another visit from Lucian, and he obviously gives you the passcode for the door and lets you know you have to head to the sanctuary and speak with Ochiva to get the armor, the shrouded armor.
Yeah, and he will tell you the 5 tenets.
Yes, he does. See,
and basically all of them have the same consequences. You'll piss off Sithis.
It is very true.
Yep.
Oh man. And then once you're there, you speak with Vincente Valteri, who we find out is do we find out that he's a vampire right away?
Yeah, he tells you.
He pretty much tells you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he says, "Don't worry, I won't feed off of you for because I work for the Brotherhood or whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah. It would violate one of the tenets.
Yep, this is true. You still don't have a key to the well, the well entrance, which is a pain. So you have to go through multiple doors to get in and out of the Dark Brotherhood at this time.
Yeah, that was a pain.
Yeah. So there is that. He gives you a quest. What's it called again? Under this. Oh my god! It's the one with the captain. I forget what it's called.
Yep.
Watery Grave.
Watery Grave. Yeah, that's it. So he lets you know you have to go to that the ship that's parked at the docks by the Imperial City there, waterfront district area. So, and there's a lot more pirates when you get there this time. But if you can speak to the family members within the Dark Brother Guild and get much more information about each quest too.
Yeah, he actually recommends you talk to them and get information from them. But I think only one of them actually gave me any decent information, which was basically there's a lot of dark places to hide.
Yeah,
dark corners to hide is really all she told me.
Yeah, I think it's kind of different each quest how many of them will actually give you information, but yeah, there was only like one who gave you anything on that one. So basically there's crates near the ship that you have to sneak into. And you don't really have to sneak into them that well. You can just walk up to it and get in it, and nobody notices, even though they're all standing there.
Yeah, I went through the front door. Yeah.
It's very strange.
And also what's strange is, how do you seal that thing shut?
Yeah, that's a good question.
The inside.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm trying to think how I got past them. Once you get in, you're kind of like in the bowels of the ship. when you get in, and you got to go upstairs.
I only ran into two.
There's two guys,
two
right?
pirates.
Yeah,
that were talking,
and you kind of just wait for them to disperse, right?
Yeah,
and then you can go to the ladder. Once you're in there, the captain's going to see you pretty quickly, unless you're got great chameleon armor.
Yeah, I just snuck up on him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he was facing towards the back door.
Oh, see, for me, he wasn't.
Yeah, and so I came in, and I was using fin gleam, so I had I could see really well.
Yeah.
So I just snuck up behind him, gave him a quick poke with a blade of woe. And then fortunately he's got a key on him.
Yes.
That lets you out that back door.
Oh, wait, there's a back door?
Yeah. It's out on the you open it up and you're on that little balcony on the back of the ship.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just popped out there, jumped in the water, and swam back over to the dock.
I forgot about that. Yes. That's what I always have done in the past. I used the key to open the chest.
Yep. There's some good stuff in there.
Yeah. And then the two guys came in. So yep. I think I ran out the main door and took off that way.
Yeah, that's what I did, and then jumped straight into the water.
Yeah, and just like took off. Because I'd fin gleam him also, so I could just throw that on and swim forever under the water. The one guy did chase me all the way across the damn waterway, though, to the other side. Like swam all the way to the other side, and then I ran down the road, and like a bear or something came, and that was what I kind of kited him to the bear, and then just kept going. And eventually, they both got tangled up with each other, I guess. But yeah, I got chased down pretty good.
Man, that's a persistent NPC.
I was stunned. Like I swam all the way across the other side. Like if you go through, I went through the little village at the waterfront, and then across the water there, and got all the way to the other side, and he was there behind me. Because I stopped. I'm like, oh, he obviously is gone by now. And then I turned around, and he was right there. I'm like, wait, nobody's ever followed me across that far. So I just kept running until I found something, and it kind of got distracted. They kind of distracted each other, essentially. So that's basically your like little entry quest once you get in. So then you go back again, let them know what happened, and then you can pick up your second quest after that.
Yeah, you get a nice little ring out of it, also.
Oh yeah. Is that leveled, that ring?
I believe everything is leveled.
Yeah. I think for me it was like, is it a sneak thing? Is that what it was?
I think so. I think it was
10 points.
Like the black ring or something like that.
I think mine was like 10 points of sneak or something like that, because it's all points, not percentage, I believe, in this one.
Yeah, it's either points or I think the only thing that's percentage is like chameleon or shield. Yeah,
chameleon and shield are percentage. Yeah. Because I have a shield ring and obviously the chameleon armor. Yep. I do love this next quest. It's one of my favorite Dark Brotherhood ones because I feel like it fits the theme of what the Dark Brotherhood should be, where you're taking. It's like Victoria Viti's wedding?
Vici. The wedding.
Yeah, where you can push the thing over. Yeah.
So this is the one where you have to make it look like an accident to get the bonus.
Yes. Right. Yeah, if you do that, you get the bonus.
That is a really good one.
So again, you talk to Vincente Valteri. He lets you know there's a job up in Bruma, and you have to kill Balin. He lets you know that there's a bonus if you do it the correct way while he's sitting in his chair and is killed by something falling on him. You can ask around, obviously, and I think someone in there tells you about his servant Grom. I'm sorry. Tells you a little bit more.
Yeah, tell him he's a big Nord, and you don't want to tangle with him.
Yeah. So going in the front door is a bad idea, which I did first. Then I was like, oh, I should probably look and see if there's a back door, which there was.
Yeah.
But
And at this point, I was really happy that I had just recently picked up the average lock spell.
Was that?
I finally got my alteration up to 50.
It was an average one for you?
It was an average lock.
I thought it was hard.
On the cellar door?
Yeah, I think it was hard for me.
Oh, gosh.
If I'm not mistaken. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different lock, but I thought it was hard for me. But I could be wrong. I thought it was four tumblers. I don't know if the locks are leveled. I have no idea. I'm not sure. I know the indoor lock was average for sure for me. The one to go from the basement to the house itself.
Right.
That was average for me. So you lockpick, you go. You lockpick, you go in the basement, and then also it has to be a certain time of day where you can drop it on them between 8 and 11 p.m., which is fluid also.
And the thing is that so you with Oblivion, I'm finding I've got to be paying very close attention when people give you instructions.
Yeah.
Because that little bit about the 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. was not in my log.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, gosh, I mean, I think this is the right time. He's sitting in the chair, so it's probably the right time.
You can do it if he's in the chair, even if it's not the right time.
Okay.
Because I got there at like 2 a.m. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to wait. But you can't wait once you're inside.
Right.
So then I went back to the basement, and then I waited. And then I came out at the right time, and he was in bed.
Oh.
Because I had screwed it up by waiting or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wouldn't get out of bed. And I'm like, oh. So then I went back to save to where I was there, and it was 2 a.m. And then I just dropped it on him then. And it worked fine. So, yeah. So you have to go upstairs into Grom's bedroom, actually.
Yeah, it was a little bit tricky to figure out where that was.
Yeah, I like it because you got to kind of get into like this little crawl space and detach the anchors for the Minotaur head as he's sitting on his little throne under the Minotaur head for some reason. And that just falls on him and kills him. I mean, you can kill him another way. You just don't get the bonus. Which, you get gold, you get Sufferthorn, the dagger.
I did get the reward for that one. So
yeah, it's a fun little. I like that one. It like kicks off like some really fun quests. I think the next one, if I'm not mistaken, is pretty a little longer and a little crazier. If I'm not mistaken, it's like somebody's in prison or something. Maybe, if I'm not mistaken, that's the next ones.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
But yeah, I like the accident, the Dark Brotherhood accident ones. I feel like it's I don't know, it makes it more stealthy, less obvious.
Yeah, it's nice that it gives you an opportunity to get a bonus.
Yeah, it's not just you get that little extra for doing it.
And then this one, is coming straight from the Night Mother, just because you have the speaker and the listener and everything. You have the full actual Dark Brotherhood structure, as opposed to Skyrim that they kind of got away from all of that, and basically they just wait to hear rumors of somebody doing the Dark Sacrament.
Yeah, really, that's all there is until you actually restore it, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Until good old Cicero comes along. But yeah, no, it's a fun little quest. I like both of those quests. They're not like super long or anything, but they're a good like introduction into Dark Brotherhood for sure.
Yeah, introduces you to the people, in the sanctuary, and
Yeah, and there's a couple down there where you can find out about like what a shadow scale is, and then the merchant down there has some interesting spells and stuff.
He's the guy with the bad attitude.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like anyone.
Yeah,
yeah,
he hates you.
yeah, yeah. He doesn't like you. Yeah, no, he's got good stuff though.
Yeah,
interesting spells, interesting gear. Some of it quite expensive, of course, as all the good gear is. That is one thing I do appreciate about Oblivion, though.
His mercantilism though is really low. He's a novice.
Okay, so you can barter pretty well with him.
Then. Yeah, I think I was able to get him up to about 88%.
Oh wow, that's pretty high. Yeah. That's really high.
So he was paying me good money for the stuff I was selling, and I was getting a really nice discount on the stuff. I mean, it was still expensive, like you said.
Oh yeah.
I mean, $6,000 and $4,000. It's still not, still not cheap.
Yeah. But that's one thing I appreciate about Oblivion is you can actually buy gear that's better than things you can make.
Yeah.
So
I think that we've talked about that before, where that there's a lot of stuff you can find that you just can't make.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to get to a level to make it. Yeah.
Right.
Which is nice. There's like some sort of expertise in the game, structure.
Right. And it makes actually doing all the delving, dungeon delving and everything like that worth it, because there's a chance you'll find something really cool.
Yeah, because you can find some really cool items when you're in there for sure. Like chameleon armor and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Or rings with like 7 different things.
Yes, that's always awesome too when you get a bunch of different things. Well, I mean, realistically, the gear, the gear they give you when you get into the Dark Brotherhood has 6 or 7 different things on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's got a lot of enchantments on it.
Yeah. Well, and I can see right now I'm going to have a little bit of trouble because I think my blades, where are they at? Blades are 10.
Yeah, and you get a -10.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah. I think the gear has a -10. I think on it.
Yeah, that is the one thing about the Oblivion enchantment things is sometimes you get those negative effects.
Yep.
Which is interesting too. Adds a little bit to the gameplay.
Yeah, I won't be doing a lot of sneaky daggers
with your 0 daggers.
Yeah.
At least till you find something. At least till you build it up.
Yeah.
Well, and it's it's one of my minor skills, so I mean I can still build it up, but I just won't get any level from it.
Mm.
Yeah, I actually did use the Blade of Woe to kill Rufio.
Yeah.
But he's like,
I mean, you can't not kill him.
Yeah, he's set to automatically die.
You could slap him and he would die.
Yeah, he's just going to die. Yeah, exactly. I haven't really done much one-handed or anything, or any kind of hand-to-hand. So
yeah, I haven't ever tried killing somebody with the Blade of Woe after I used it the one time.
Yeah, because it's not super high level or anything.
No.
So it would be a bit of a slog beating somebody to death with essentially with the Blade of Woe.
Especially if your blade is at 0.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'd be a lot of stabbing going on. I assume a lot of missing and a lot of stabbing is what's going to happen. But yeah. Oh God. Yeah. That would be going on. Oh God. I totally forgot. We had an email actually, and I should have read it while Victor was here. And I feel terrible, but maybe next time we will have answers to this. And this is my fault for totally forgetting. So we had a question from someone in the email. I forget their name. Maybe Cole. Thinking about getting into Skyrim, and I was wondering what mods, if any, you play with or recommend to play with. Really enjoy the show. Keep making it. Well, I guess if you're using PC, Wabbajack or you said what you use the curated list on Vortex?
Yeah, Vortex collections.
Yeah, those are probably good ways to get some starts.
Yeah, a good easy way to to get I mean, I think the smallest one I remember was like 60 mods, and then it goes all the way up into the multiple hundreds of mods.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that we always recommend though is like if you're just getting into it, at least play through it vanilla once.
Yeah. To get a feel.
See if they're doing graphic mods and stuff like that, that's fine.
Different.
But but at least go through the game vanilla just so you see what the game is, and then once you add the mods, you go, oh, this is something different.
And I think it allows you to figure out what you like and don't like, and what things you want to improve, or like, oh, you're really into alchemy. There's so many alchemy mods you could add to make that as complex as anything in the world,
right?
Or whatever the skill may be. So
there's some good enchantment ones.
Oh gosh,
I always like playing with why can't I remember the name of it right now? It's the one that I always use though.
Oh, what's the spell one?
Ordinator.
Yeah,
I always just use Ordinator, which is a really nice general one that adds a lot of different things to many of the different trees.
Changes up the leveling a bit. Makes it more specialized, I think.
I think it does.
Yeah,
I believe.
If you're going through, it's a little more. You can like focus on something, and it can become much more powerful and more useful in different ways. For sure. Yeah. Even like something like restoration can become something you can use offensively.
Yeah, I think Andrew had a good restoration playthrough once where he was healing his people and resurrecting.
Yeah. Yep. Resurrecting everyone around the world and dragging them and blowing up his
or was it the one where he had a whole bunch of followers and he was just healing his followers as they were going around?
Yeah, it was like
stuff for him.
It might have been the one where he was doing that, and not the conjuration. Was it, what's the standing stone where you can revive or conjure everyone or whatever, revive everyone essentially?
The one that's just outside of Whiterun.
Yeah, it's between Whiterun and the
Ritual.
Yeah, Ritual Stone. Yeah,
the Ritual Stone.
Yeah, so all the dead enemies laying around you can have them start following you and slowly crash your machine that you're playing. have it at like a 1 frame per minute rate.
Yeah, I know that one he actually did on the PS3, which was amazing.
It was PS3. It was a PS3 or PS4.
I want to say it was the PS3.
It might have been the PS3. Oh my god, the game's been so long.
Yeah, because I know we started it on the 360.
Oh, that's right. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. What am I thinking?
The game has been around that long.
Oh, jeez. That's right. It was on 360.
Yep.
Looks like there's a collection here called Skyrim SE Nature Mod Pack. It's got 13 mods, and they're just all landscape mods.
Oh, that's an awesome.
No gameplay mods.
That's like if you want to get into the game, that's probably a good one to like just update it. Make it look a lot better, and still keep the character of the game itself, basically.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm sure there's more like that are more aesthetic versus
Yeah, and so last week when I downloaded my collection, there were 2 pages.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's 4.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
So
nice.
They're definitely starting to come in pretty quick.
Ramp it up pretty quick. So that's a good way. Yeah, if you're using Vortex or the Wabbajack one, that's
Wabbajack's been around longer, so I would imagine they probably have much better
curation at this point.
Variety.
It'd be nice if I could get back on PC again, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I don't know if that's going to be available to me ever. So
yeah, I'm just waiting to. I have 2 bulging discs right now, so sitting is not fun.
It's torture. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to get the epidurals, and then
there you go.
Then I can actually start working out again and
And moving
Is
again and feeling
moving
human.
and yeah, for sure.
That is back pain is torture.
Yeah.
Uh,
So and then I'm gonna try playing some more games on the PC as well, because right now I'm sitting there looking. I really should just buy a gaming laptop.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man.
I thought that one time too. But I really never played any games on it.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
there's the desktop. Yeah, you're sitting here as long as you can find a comfortable chair. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. It's just the fact that you can't sit on the couch.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. So Fallout Feed's still in the New Vegas roundtable, right?
Yeah. We're getting into the meat of it now. We've gone around the horn, to all of the the kind of the lead in areas, and so now we're going into Vegas.
Awesome. Yeah, I remember that. As you get through the desert and get to Vegas, yes.
Yep.
That's such a great story.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
It's a really
and
good one.
I always wax nostalgic about it because I grew up in that area, and so much of that stuff is, is just so familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
And Juan, you've been to Cabazon, right? Where the dinosaurs are?
I have not.
Okay.
Or maybe
where Pee Wee.
Oh
when
yeah,
you're driving towards Palm Springs.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, we've driven by it on our way to Vegas and stuff. So yeah, for sure.
So that's Novak.
Oh okay.
Oh
in the
okay.
game.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in Arizona for my niece's tournament. We went to this little town that's known for they had people take pictures with the mules that are just kind of going around the town, and it looked so much like Fallout New Vegas because it even had like the mobile homes that just look a little bit run down and discolored and the trailers and everything. And I'm like, I tried to take some pictures of it. Yeah, I tried to take some pictures of it because even like the color textures were similar.
Very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Variations of tan.
Yes, yeah, because the sun has just destroyed every color.
Yeah. The only bad thing, or it wasn't bad necessarily, but for pictures it was bad because there was just motorcycles. There was some motorcycle rally going on there, so there's a lot of beautiful bikes around there, but it didn't give the whole New Vegas feel.
Yeah. Yeah, New Vegas is not bright and shiny until you get to the city. I guess it kind of is a little bit.
Yeah.
Then you get a little bit of that feel. Anything new in No Man's Sky?
Yeah, so we're in the middle of the 5th expedition, and this one is especially near and dear to us because we love discovering the different animals that roam around on the planets, and so this current expedition is all about animals.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's always
we've
fun.
been enjoying the heck out of that.
Yeah, because I guess they added a bunch of new fauna to the game.
Yeah, they've got it's such an amazing game. I mean, they just constantly are adding stuff to this game.
The way it's grown, I mean, since the beginning is amazing. Like absolutely amazing. I can't believe how much they've put into it. Honestly, it's really impressive.
Yeah. Well, I remember when it first came out, the way you guys were talking about it.
Yeah.
To the way Ray talks about it now, where
I played it for like 4 or 5 hours, and had done everything, and was like, yeah, okay, it was fun, but I don't need to chop down more trees and crush more rocks.
Yeah.
And now it sounds like you can't wait to get into it. And
Oh yeah, and you
update.
can't do everything. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
really ever. There's because
that's
by the time
really
you finally
right.
catch up, they add more stuff.
They add something else to it. Yeah.
That's the one thing we do ask from a game is we want more than just a couple hours.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, if you can finish a game in a couple hours, then okay, well that's fine. But it seems like most of us enjoy having that role play aspect and just being able to explore the world and just see things and learn things. That seems to be what, at least from my perspective, seems like what a lot of us seem to enjoy in this group.
Yes, and I can't even remember. It's like 200 trillion planets in the game, because there's 255 galaxies, each one
God.
with
wow,
several trillion planets.
How do they keep track of that?
It's all procedurally generated. It's not. It doesn't become real until you go there.
Until you're there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a point on a map. Up until the time that you go there, and then once you discover it, then it populates, and then anybody else that goes there, sees all the stuff that populated when you entered that system.
Yeah, well, that was my question, because depending on like how many people there are, that's a lot of planets that have already been discovered and populated.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's
for
tons.
sure. Yeah, it's pretty amazing what they pulled off.
And this is on PC, or do they have it on Xbox as well?
It's on all platforms.
And coming to the Switch.
And Jen plays on PlayStation, and Baker and I play on PC, but I've started also playing on Xbox.
Okay, and can you interact with? Is it cross?
Yeah, totally cross-platform.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
We've all three
it.
been in the game at the same time.
I don't know what Sony's problem is for some of these other games.
Yeah, let it happen, right?
Yeah, it's so much better for the games,
I think so, yeah, because forget the console wars and all this other stuff. Just let people enjoy the game on whatever console they want, and just play with each other. Just
yeah, because it's definitely a lot of fun to get together and play together.
Right.
All right. You got a cat getting his nose wiped because he has a cold.
Oh, no.
Right next to me.
Hey, I feel him. It's pollen season here now, and so I don't go long without a good nose blow.
I mean, it might be pollen season here if it wasn't like 10 degrees this morning. After it was 80 on Monday.
It's definitely roller coaster time.
It's been a wild ride this week. This has been a wild ride.
I think we're starting to slowly edge towards the warmer weather now.
Yeah.
We're somewhere between 70s and 80s right now.
There you go. Oh,
it's not too much of a fluctuation.
We were there for a day or two, and then all of a sudden it snowed yesterday. So there is that. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I guess next time we'll do a couple more of the Dark Brotherhood quests. I gotta look and see which ones they are, see how long they are, based off my memory. I guess we can do like 3 or 4 of them.
Because I mean, we could maybe just go into it until it gets to the real meat of the story.
Yeah, that's when they start getting a little more complex. Yeah. So we could probably blow through a good bit.
Yeah. Although I did speak to one of the members of the Dark Brotherhood, and they were saying that there's people that are being murdered by in the Dark Brotherhood. They're like, is there an assassin in the Assassin's Guild?
Yes, I did actually speak to someone on the second quest that mentioned that. Yeah.
So
we'll have to see how that goes.
see what that's all about.
Oh man. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Oh, and somebody had asked on Twitter about it, but yeah, there is a merch store that just set up. The link is in the show notes, of course, along with everything else. there's not a lot in the show notes, so it's pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
Nobody really reads show notes, so I don't really like do some extensive show notes. So if you want to find stuff, it's really easy to find in there. There's like 3 or 4 links. So
Perfect. That's what they really want to know.
I mean, it's basic. It's got a link for you to click on. Go to that.
Yeah, you got the Amazon link and a couple other links. What more do you
That's
need?
about it. Yeah, there's not much there. So, thanks for listening, everyone, and talk to you all next time.
Till next time.
Bye-bye.